be cautious. Day after today is the closing day. Please do not go to. My dear child, if you agree within angels, begin this video and watch it completely. Angel says, be careful. Be alert. I am now not speaking in riddles now. I am not whispering lightly this time. I am sending this to you with trembling palms through my servant. I need you to take this critically. Day after today is the ultimate day. Sure, the final day to make a desire in an effort to shift your entire timeline. There may be an area your feet must not touch, now not even by means of mistake. You have no concept what's looking ahead to you there. Please pay attention. Do no longer visit this vicinity at any cost. The caution isn't always easy. This is not a median message of warning. It is layered with divine urgency. 3 women are concerned. They were dispatched not to bless you, not to guide you, but to lure you into something they don't even completely understand themselves. They're smiling at the out of doors but making plans something very dangerous at the back of closed doorways. One among them used to speak gently about you. Considered one of them nonetheless pretends to like you. And the 0.33? Their 0.33 is the most dangerous because she never even confirmed her face. She hides at the back of the alternative too. She's the one giving instructions. She's the only gathering records. And she or he's the only who knows your weakness. I've uncovered them before, but you were not prepared to simply accept it. Now, you cannot manage to pay for to disregard this. You ought to take this to coronary heart. Their names are not unknown to you. You have heard their voices earlier than. You've got even sat with them and left. But I, the Lord, see what they're doing in the back of your returned. I see the organization chat. I see the recordings. I see the snapshots they pass around secretly. I see the mocking. I see the manipulation. You are not being paranoid. You're being spiritually aware. Considered one of them stated, we're going to just inform them it's a twist of fate if anything is going wrong. Some other said, they might not suspect us. We're too close. But the third? She stated, they may not go away even though they find out. We've got already made them emotionally dependent. I did not increase you to be surrounded by way of people who plan your destruction with smiles on their faces. You can experience connected. You could feel loyal. However, your loyalty need to not be extra than your obedience to my voice. After I say leave, leave. Once I say disconnect, disconnect. When I say, do now not go there, then do no longer query me along with your emotions. This location you are planning to go to, whether or not it is a meeting, a celebration, an informal accumulating, a short drop by means of, or maybe a temple, do not cross. I am now not pronouncing this out of fear. I am announcing this out of divine precision. Something has been planned for that region, and if you stroll into it, you'll walk into a non-secular ambush. You won't see it at first. It will look like regular conversation, regular laughter, but one moment in, and you will realize something is off. A person will say something on the way to hurt deeply. Someone will mention you're beyond. A person will try to trigger your guilt. And someone will fake to comfort you while gathering extra facts approximately your soul's pain. That is how they function. Now, not with knives or swords, but with phrases that reduce in silence. They have got a plan. They've already spoken to someone approximately you. Sure, even a person in authority. A person with the energy to damn your blessing. However, what they failed to recognize is that I, your God, am blockading them. I've already interfered with their plans. But now it's Miles your turn to take the very last step. You have to not go. Even if it seems like your presence is anticipated. Even if a person says, please, I've been ready to look you. Even though a person cries. Even though they are attempting to guilt you. Do. Now not. Pass. I've something better waiting for you somewhere else. However, I cannot force it on you. I need your settlement. I want you to say, God, I pick your voice over their invitation. You've been wondering why certain advantages are behind schedule. You've cried out saying, God, I did the whole lot right. And that I heard you. But what I couldn't launch was what they were going to apply against you. If I had launched your monetary breakthrough earlier than this publicity, they might have used your personal testimony to smash your peace. If I had opened the romantic door before you noticed their reality, they could have used emotional blackmail to poison your pleasure. So I held it returned. Now not as punishment, but as safety. But now the ready ends. Day after today is the final piece. Not to accident. Not a small count number. The conversation so one can take place the following day, the ignored step, or the avoided visit, this is the gatekeeper. In case you obey me and avoid the lure, I will launch the entire version of the promise I made to you. Sure, the actual model. The only which you've best tasted portions of. The overall domestic, the strong family, the smooth thoughts, the real love, the open doorways, the divine safety, the general public honor, the restored price range. It all. But I can't pour easy water right into a cup that still holds poison. And those three ladies, they may be the poison. You wanted to believe they'd modified. You wanted to trust the tears have been actual. You wanted to agree with humans grow. And yes, every now and then they do. However, in this case, they didn't. They just discovered how to hide better. Do you understand why you've been getting random anxiety? Do you already know why your dreams feel heavy recently? Do why conversations you used to enjoy now leave you feeling tired? It's because your spirit is picking up at the hidden anxiety. They are smiling, however your soul is detecting the falsehood. If you'd want to donate or show your appreciation, you could deliver incredible thanks as much as $100. I located the gift of discernment internal you and now it's active. Do now not doubt it. Trust it. That atypical feeling you hold ignoring. It is me. They tried to distract you. With compliments. With invitations. With rumors. With praise. And even with faux apologies. However, they couldn't kill what I sealed. They couldn't block the oil to your head. You're selected. That is why the war has been so non-public. You carry something everlasting. This is why the assault became so constant. However, no more. I'm slicing the final tie. However, you need to no longer resist me. You have to now not dangle to what I am seeking to separate you from. They thought that they had time. They thought they might do this one final factor and nevertheless conceal. But they underestimated me. I am the god of surprising reversals. I am the only who sees in silence and speaks in fireplace. I'm able to no longer allow this deception to succeed. And so I provide you with this instruction not to frighten you, however to free you do. Not go. Do now not display up on the place where betrayal has been scheduled. Even if a person texts, despite the fact that a person begs, even supposing it feels wrong to mention number. Pick obedience. Choose discernment. Choose me. Because the instant you say no, the moment you shy away, the moment you agree with me over way of life, that is when I'm able to open the scroll of your subsequent bankruptcy. It really is whilst you may sense the peace that has been lacking. That is whilst you will recognize why the ready become really worth it. It is when you'll get hold of the download I have been retaining in heaven. Yes, I am downloading something new into your life. New connections. New clarity. New self-assurance. New coverage. But it begins with this act of obedience. Do not go. They may be ready. Now not with love, however with schemes. They're hoping to pay attention your modern day updates, now not to assist you, however to curl your phrases later and present a fake story. They're even hoping to film you without your understanding. Sure, I stated it. It is how some distance they are willing to move. Due to the fact your blessing is bothering them. But I am now not asleep. And also you aren't by myself. You are protected. You are seen. You are heard. You're protected. However, now you must do your part. Do now not go to that location. Day after today is the final day of this check. And I am looking to praise you. Allow them to surprise why you did not come. Allow them to invent tales. Let them call you strange. Let them feel neglected. You very own nobody an explanation whilst I've given you preparation. Watch what occurs the moment you are saying number. Watch who receives exposed. Watch who panics. Watch who abruptly distances themselves. It's no longer accident. It is my divine filtration process in motion. I am retaining you. Because what's coming next will blow your mind. And it is now not for just each person to witness. It's for the loyal. It's for the obedient. It is for the courageous. It is for you. Now breathe. Because that is your turning point. Obey me. And watch the enemy scatter. This time you win. This time you don't fall for the trap. This time you upward thrust. I, the Lord, have spoken. Be cautious. This isn't an ordinary second. Heaven has stopped the entirety to ship this phrase without delay to you. Day after today is the last day. This is not to scare you. That is to save you. God is watching over you more closely now than ever before. And you aren't analyzing this with the aid of twist of fate. You aren't imagining that strange feeling to your chest. You aren't overreacting. You're being warned. You are being blanketed. You're being rescued, just in time. There's an area you have been considering going. Maybe someone invited you. Maybe it is something casual. Maybe you have been there before. But this time it is distinct. This time danger is hiding in the back of smiles. This time evil is disguised as ordinary. Please do not go to this vicinity at any price. I'm conserving you again because I really like you. I am showing you in advance of time what others may not see until it's too past due. I am transferring heaven and earth to drag you out of damage's way. 3 girls are concerned in something they will by no means admit in your face. They smile for your presence, however they whisper matters behind your again that could ruin your heart. They communicate in circles. They photo-aid you, but their actual motive is to look you fail. They are aligning themselves with forces you do not but see. They may be part of something that has been building quietly. Something that intends to pull you into non-secular darkness. Those ladies aren't random. Considered one of them is aware of something sensitive approximately you. One in every of them continues music of your existence like a record card. One in all them is planning to take your call into a communique that would harm your popularity. But right here's what God says. I can block it. I can cancel it. I will disclose it. I will not allow them to touch your destiny. I will not allow them to corner you, entice you, or manage your soul. I will now not permit evil win. I'm able to now not permit this plan be triumphant. But you ought to obey me. Do not move. It is not your process to be well-mannered to hazard. It isn't your activity to restoration folks that are secretly planning your downfall. This caution is not fear-based totally. It is love-based totally. I see what you can't. I pay attention what they stated while you were not around. I know their mind, even those they by no means speak out loud. I recognize the envy in their hearts. I recognize the way they compare themselves to you. I realize the diffused methods they undermine you. And I understand how worn out you are of pretending not to note. I have seen the heaviness for your spirit after spending time round them. That is not your creativeness. This is discernment. This is your spirit warning you that something is off. I, the Lord your God, in no way deliver a caution without a plan. I in no way deliver worry without a promise. I in no way call you far from something without making ready something higher. What they intended for harm I can use on your elevation. What they concept might trap you becomes the evidence of my safety. You're mine. Your cause is just too precious to be put at risk by other human beings' confusion, jealousy, or manipulation. I'm last the door not to punish you but to preserve you. Archangel Michael has been dispatched on your facet. He is not honestly looking. He is guarding. His sword is drawn in the spirit. Every darkish plan against you is being reduced down. Every phrase curse is being reversed. Every lie is being dismantled. Every demonic goal is being scattered like ashes inside the wind. You don't even understand how close the enemy got here to touching you. But because you're chosen, because you're marked, due to the fact you're protected, the enemy's hand becomes stopped earlier than it is able to strike. You might feel conflicted. You would possibly feel responsible for announcing number. You would possibly worry about how others will react when you don't display up. However, I'm now not calling you to delight humans. I am calling you to shield your reason. I'm calling you to honor your soul. I'm calling you to accept as true with me even when it does not make feel. There may be a cause you feel resistance on your spirit. That isn't always anxiety. That is divine intuition. I gave you that for a cause. Comply with it. There are people around you who fake to be safe, however their spirits are in rebellion. They communicate sweetly, however their power incorporates poison. And I'm not asking you to hate them. I am asking you to distance yourself. I am asking you to believe me with the vengeance. I'm asking you to let me address them in my timing. You don't need to confront them. You do not want to argue. You don't want to show whatever. Walk away silently. Allow them to marvel. Let them anticipate. Let them communicate. I can make all of it proper in the long run. Do now not move day after today. In case you cross, the environment will shift in a manner on the way to try to trap you emotionally. If you pass, you will come back spiritually tired. If you pass, you'll sense a confusion you cannot provide an explanation for. If you move, they may experience emboldened to tug you deeper into their schemes. However, in case you stay away, in case you cancel the plan, in case you walk in obedience, then the protection will stay sealed round you like a wall of light. The angelic military will retain to stroll with you. And the following chapter of your lifestyles will start on time, straight away. You could no longer see all of this surely proper now, but consider the voice internal you. Consider the subtle strain. Consider the dream that warned you. Consider the sudden exchange of plans. Not anything is random. I'm orchestrating everything to keep you secure. You are not intended to stay your lifestyles constantly defending yourself. You aren't meant to stay small to make others comfy. I did no longer place my electricity inside you so that it can be manipulated or misunderstood with the aid of the ones who do not respect your spirit. I've set you apart for something higher. and with that calling comes separation. I comprehend it's hard. I are aware of it feels lonely. However, separation usually comes earlier than elevation. You are not missing out. You're being redirected. I am no longer taking something from you. I'm clearing the direction for something extra. Even if it feels like loss, I'm the God of restoration. Even when it seems like isolation, I am the God who brings divine alignment. You ought to consider me extra than you consider your emotions. You ought to obey me even while you do not have all the evidence. I don't show you the entire storm. I simply ask you to follow the refuge. I don't display each enemy. I simply ask you to stroll away when I say so. That's what faith is. It is not about knowing the entire story. It's approximately trusting that I do. Right now, the religious global is lively around you. Angels are stationed at your doors. Dreams are being stirred in you. Your discernment is being sharpened. Your imaginative and prescient is being made clean. The veil is lifting. What become difficult is set to make sense. What turned into hidden is ready to be discovered. You'll look again and say, "Thank you, God, for preventing me." You'll see the lie that was intended for you, and you'll recognize how close you came to falling into it. But you may not fall. You won't be destroyed. You might not be embarrassed. You might not be taken benefit of. Due to the fact you are underneath divine safety. You're being blanketed through a presence that in no way leaves, in no way sleeps, and never fails. You are not defenseless. You are not outnumbered. You are not naive. You are favored. You're guided. You're sealed with the aid of the Spirit of the living God. Now take a breath. Sense my peace settle over you. You are safe. You are exactly where you want to be. You aren't in hazard. You are in transition. Permit the transformation happen. Let the modifications take area. Say sure to the quiet. Say yes to the surprising. I'm in it. I'm at the back of it. I am before you, beside you, and inside you. Each step you are taking in obedience is a step away from the pit and closer to the promise. The folks that really love you will understand. Those who are for you'll stay. Those who fall away were not assigned for your subsequent degree. And people who tried to use you may quickly comprehend they can't control what I have covered in mild. I'm able to vindicate you. I will defend you. I can talk for you in rooms where your name is referred to. You may not have to prove yourself. Your silence may be louder than their lies. Consider, day after today isn't simply every other day. It smiles a turning point. Heaven is watching to look what you choose. Pick obedience. Pick out safety. Choose expertise.